Welcome to a fantastic Friday, my friends. We are going to work on lesson 3 for EL today. And yesterday, you listened to a book being read aloud called What Makes Day and Night? And then you did an anchor chart on our Google Classroom, writing down what are some of the things that happen in the day and what are things that happen in the night. And we're going to see this anchor chart in this lesson for today and talk more about what types of things happen during the day and what makes day, and then what kind of things happen during the night and what makes the night with the earth spinning and so forth. And we're going to learn a few new vocabulary words. So let's get started. These are our learning targets for today's lesson, lesson 3 in our new book. The first one is I can distinguish what I learn. Now, distinguish, that's a very big word. The word distinguish means you think really hard and you focus on that one thing, distinguish. What I learn from the illustrations, which is another word for pictures, and what I learned from the text, which is another word for words, in the book, What Makes Day and Night. Then the next learning focus target is I can ask and record my observations about what I notice in pictures and videos of the sun, the moon, and the stars. And remember, when they say record, that means you're writing down. You're drawing pictures and you're writing words about what you see in the photographs that we post today. And we're doing that same thing today for our work. So this is the book that you listened to yesterday. And our focus question was, what makes day and night on the earth? And hopefully, if you listen to the story, What Makes Day and Night, and I know that all of you did, you learned some of the things that happened on that, what makes day and night on the earth. So one of the new words that we have is spins. Sun and moon star words, it spins, and that's what the earth does. Spins is another word for rotate, which I know some of you know, and I know a bunch of you know that you learned that in the book, that it's the earth that's rotating, and it's moving so slowly that you can't feel it, but it is the earth that's rotating. So that's why sometimes it's day in our part of the world, and other times it's night in other parts. Some of the other new words are shadow. Shadow. In one of our books, there was actually an experiment that you can do. And what you do is you go out on a sunny day, hopefully, probably when it's warm out, but maybe when it's a little cool. And you go out in the morning and you try to find where your shadow is. And then go out there at midday and stand and see where your shadow is then. Put your feet right where they were before. And sometimes, if you do it on a sidewalk, you can even trace it with chalk. So do that in the morning, then the midday, and then do it kind of right before you eat dinner and see if your shadow moves. And that shows you that we are rotating because your shadow has changed places. It's a fun experiment. The other word we have is light. Remember, the moon gets all of its light from the sun. The moon itself doesn't really have any light at all. So light is one of our new words. Shadow, light, and spins. And then this is our anchor chart that you did yesterday, and we're going to talk more. And I know that a bunch of you filled out some of the things that happen during the day and what makes day, and you filled out what happens during the night. But here's 2 new things. Did you know that one of the things that makes day and night is the same thing? The earth spins. So that's the first thing. The next thing is half of the earth is lit up by the sun, and that's what makes day. And half of the earth is in the shadow, and that's the darkness that makes night. When the whole side of the earth faces the sun, it is day. When the whole side of the earth faces away from the sun, it is night. So on this side, that's what makes day, and on the dark side, that's what makes night. So what you're going to do today, friends, is these are two new pictures of the sun and the moon, and these are posted on our Google Classroom. And remember how we talked about adjectives this week? You're going to use adjectives, which is describing words, to describe these two pictures. So it asks, how would you describe the sun in this photograph? And then how would you describe the moon in this photograph? And what you're going to draw and write it on. And please make sure to draw pictures. I know some of you are just typing in words or just writing in words, but it's very important to draw pictures because that shows evidence of your learning. That shows me that you're learning and you're understanding what you draw. And a lot of you are brilliant artists. So please draw because that helps me know that you understood what you need to do. So you're going to use our EL student workbook, and the pages look almost like the pages we did before, but these are on page 55 and 56 in your workbook. So on 55, you're going to draw the picture of this just like on here. So you can either look on my lesson or look on Google Classroom if you want to see a bigger picture and have it close up. And draw the picture, the exact picture of you see of the sun, and describe what does the sun look like in that photograph. And then on page 56, you're going to draw the moon. And what does it look like in that photograph? Is it a whole moon? Is it a crescent moon? Is it just the sliver, just like what happened when the girl held the moon for a long time after her papa got it? And this is what it looks like in your notebook. So here's a reminder, okay? So make sure this is your assignment for today. You're going to draw these pictures on those pages 55 and 56 and write describing words. Don't just draw the picture. Write describing words. Try to use new words because these pictures of the sun and the moon look different from the ones that you did on Wednesday. So use really good describing words to describe what the sun and the moon look like in these pictures. All right, my friends, have fun. I will see you today for our reading groups, and we will talk about EL as well. I hope you had a good first week back. I'm excited to be working with you, and I hope you have a fantastic Friday, my friends. Bye.